Already at 1600 as the handler gets clear. Gates are back, and they sent on their way with My Vision having to take a back seat. Antonio Vivaldi shows little interest in the early stages. It's a mad scramble up front. Balefire gets up handy. Untold Secret is right there, but Balefire forced to work and get up into the lead. Then comes Sendeed, who hugs the rail. Untold Secret happy to race away in third. Winners Club in fourth at the outside of 0 to 100. He's got a decent run. Then comes Rais at the outside. The black and orange colours forced to commit to a handy position. Jaxa races just behind midfield. Then a few lengths away to Handicap. Then comes Miami Joy, who's well back at this early stage. My Vision was out after those, and Antonio Vivaldi's obviously not in the hunt. Through the final 1,000 metres, and it's Sendeed in the lead of a Balefire who's second. Not much between them. Rashid continued to improve down the back straight, but is trapped out 3 deep, but sharing the lead. Then just over a length away to Winners Club, who's also trapped out a little bit deep. Then against the inside of 0 to 100, Untold Secret is one off the rail, and the lights are blue and trying to get out of that position and try and get rolling. Then comes Handicap, a few lengths away to Jaxa. Miami Joy is well out of his ground. He's got more than a dozen lengths to make up, and My Vision got even more ground to make up, and they inline for home towards the final 400, and Sendeed under the hands, slid clear by 2. 0 to 100 tries to set out after the leader. Rais is out in third. Then comes Handicap, and Winners Club was further back, but it's Sendeed who holds a 2.5 length advantage past the 200. 0 to 100 is all out and trying to make inroads, but it's Sendeed in the lead, in control of this, and Sendeed comes away to win. 0 to 100 ran second. Then came Winners Club in third. Handicap was fourth. Rais was next. A few lengths away to Untold Secret. Balefire next to finish. Then came Jaxa. My Vision. Miami Joy totally off colour today. And Antonio Vivaldi went a few strides and went home. Right, so let's get back in. Number 3, Sendeed. Doug Watson and Pat Dobbs team up. Handicap snip. Wins it by 2. Second goes to 4, 0 to 100. Winners Club was third. Handicap ran nicely in fourth. Rais was next to finish. Way over ahead of Untold Secret. That's the first 6 home in race number 3. Balefire was one of those that competed for the lead and didn't go on with it.
That's pretty vintage stuff on the inside. Jump and kill off the race from the inside, and the 1 berth from Pat Dobbs on Sendeed, and that is a very, very good run indeed. Second start up, there was real encouragement, and tied in with stablemate Double Orb, who we'll see later. That is the lateral form boost for that horse later on in the card, who I think a lot of people will think is maybe the banker of the night.
As well, so the fillies in the field could be in for a good payout. Number 3 on the card is the first we'll look at. That is Aries Lad for George Bowie. He's got 3 runners in this field. Jockey booking suggesting this.
5 seconds or so outside of the course record suggests they probably finished quite slowly in the closing stages of it. But Sendeed had got that race tanking on the inside, controlling the speed on the inside. It got that sewn up a way out. 0 to 100's run well from off the speed, but such was the nature of the race that it was a case of coming from off the speed with those in behind Sendeed. I think Pat Dobbs has judged that to an absolute nicety. It's better from 0 to 100, and they'll really kick on with that horse in handicaps. He's got the option potentially of switching to the turf as well, but that was an improved run. Winners Club, a 1-3 for Doug Watson, who we heard from beforehand, generous with his time as ever. And he's pointed us in the direction of the 1st and 3rd. This, the first time up in the UAE, first run since America back in May. So they've found a horse who seemingly working well at home when he's run well on the track. No match for the stablemate, but nothing was. Ra'ad looked like being a threat on the turn, but in the end has been beaten about 10 lengths or so, maybe more, back into 5th. Handicap picking up some pieces late for 4th, but really and truly, some of these struggle from an early stage. Thought Miami Joy might be a factor, who ran really well for a long way, couldn't get involved. And a couple of these really finding it very, very tough going in the early stages. Sendeed didn't. He dictated that, and he had enough at the finish as well.